Next on Worcester News Tonight, there will be a mayor's race held in Worcester. 4 candidates will run for the position. Plus, a rally is held outside of Worcester City Hall, calling on elected officials to declare a climate emergency. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. There will in fact be a race for mayor in Worcester. Tuesday afternoon was the deadline for city council at-large candidates to withdraw their name from the mayoral race, and 3 did not. Our Cam Jandro spoke with some of those candidates tonight. He's in downtown Worcester with more. Cam?
Anna, the mayor's race this year has a newcomer in Poku Sarkadia who is running for office for the first time. There's also a few people who have run for office on several occasions. Donna Calorio was a former Worcester School Committee member, and Bill Coleman has run on several different occasions for city council and mayor. They'll be going up against 4-term incumbent Joe Petty. Donna Calorio made her bid for mayor official Tuesday afternoon.
The voters in Worcester deserve a choice. No election should be without competition.
Calorio joins Awarakwaku Poku Sarkadia and Bill Coleman as challengers to incumbent Joe Petty.
But when you get 12 people, 13 people running for city council, you get a word here and there. When you're running for mayor, however many people are running for mayor, you really get a chance to talk about those issues.
Councillor Constantina Lukes opposed Petty in 2017. This year, he has more opponents, but Petty is confident voters will re-elect him.
The city's going in the right direction. I think if people are serious, they'd be running since February. So, I'm going to run on my record.
Under the city's charter, all candidates for at-large city councilor automatically run for mayor unless they drop out. Tuesday was the deadline.
I really believe that I have a good pulse on the community. I'm in tune with what people want.
The biggest thing is public safety in this community, condition of our streets. People love what's happening to the playgrounds.
Mayor Petty is seeking his 5th term in office. He says a lot of good happened over the last 2 years, and he wants to build on it.
Crime is down, stats are down. We built up the fire department and police department with both employees, and also that's going well, and the developers are coming into the city of Worcester.
Now, Calorio, Coleman, and Sarkadia finished 8th, 9th, and 10th in last week's preliminary election. Mayor Petty was the top vote getter. The challengers have about 8 weeks to get some work done. In Worcester, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
A rally in the city tonight calling on elected officials to declare a climate emergency. The Worcester Climate Action Circle advocates are trying to raise awareness about climate change. Member Vic Mohanka says they recognize the rally as a first step in more needing to be done for climate justice in Worcester. He says their goal is to eliminate citywide greenhouse gas emissions by 2030.
One thing that we're really trying to drill down on is that everything that we build is going to be here for the next 50 years. When we look back 50 years from now on what is getting built today, are we still going to be on natural gas to hook up the heat for our buildings? Do we still want to have a fleet of gasoline cars, 50 years from now?
The declaration was added to Tuesday's City Council agenda by District 4 Councillor Sarai Rivera. She says the city needs to continue the conversation on climate change.
We've been really upping our game on our green efforts. And this is our future. Maybe it's going to affect me to a certain point, but then it's going to affect my children, my children's children. Like, what are we leaving on this earth?
There will be another rally held in Worcester on Friday. For more information, you can visit Climate Strike Worcester on Facebook. Also ahead of tonight's council meeting, a reading of the preamble of the Constitution to commemorate the day the nation's founding fathers signed the document. Members of the Colonel Timothy Bigelow chapter dressed up in traditional clothing while reading the preamble aloud. The group believes everyone should study the Constitution.
We think it's very important for people to recognize the value of the Constitution, that they learn more about it. We think it's very important for everyone, every citizen, to understand what the Constitution is all about.
Mayor Joseph Petty presented a proclamation to the Daughters of the American Revolution chapter. A scary situation for some parents in Worcester whose children were left on a school bus with no ride home. The regular driver called in sick, and there were problems finding out where the students needed to go. Chandler Walsh has those details.
When you trust people are going to take care of your child when you're not there, and to have that broken down on so many levels is really scary.
Leah Corbin is frustrated. Friday, a school bus carrying Nelson Place elementary students with special needs was delayed hours, sending parents into a panic. Superintendent Maureen Benenda says the incident is unacceptable.
Durham had a few drivers call in sick for the afternoon run, and so they had a new dispatcher, and the dispatcher combined routes.
Corbin says she was one of the lucky parents who was able to contact daughter Emily on her cell phone to find out where she was. Others waited even longer to get their children.
These are all special needs children. You know, they have autism, some are nonverbal, they all have medical issues.
Corbin says when she got to Emily, she'd been sitting in her own urine and was having an asthma attack.
Honestly, I feel like if she didn't have a phone and I couldn't have gotten to her when I got to her, if it was 8 o'clock like some of the students, I think she would have been in the ER because her asthma turns that quick.
In a statement, bus contractor Durham School Services says the safety of our students is our #1 priority, and we have made adjustments to ensure that we have the proper procedures in place to prevent this from occurring in the future. Durham met with Benenda and parents to improve communication. They've given Nelson Place's principal a full list of contact information, but Corbin isn't satisfied.
It could have been life-threatening, honestly. And I felt like the meeting we had yesterday, they were just extremely nonchalant about it. Like, we're sorry, it won't happen again.
Benenda says the district is reviewing this bus route and hopes to have a newer, more efficient one by Friday. Corbin says she'll be picking her daughter up from school until the new route is in place. In Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Whether or not the Worcester Public Schools should run their own buses will be discussed at Thursday's school committee meeting. A subcommittee vote was split 1-1 on the issue. They will present a report this week about the administration's recommendation to accept Durham School Services' 2-year bid for busing. Durham is the city's current school bus contractor. Superintendent Maureen Benenda says the committee can reconsider a move to a full self-operated system for the 2022-23 school year at the end of the contract. A teenager is talking about the moment she says a man tried to kidnap her in Worcester. She says he started following her when she got off the school bus. He's behind bars after facing a judge today. ALYSHA Palumbo has the details.
It was scary. I was shaking and I was nervous.
16-year-old Siley Encarnacion, a sophomore at Doherty High School in Worcester, had just gotten off her school bus Monday afternoon and was walking home down West Boylston Street when a man she didn't know told her she looked pretty, then started following her.
He keeps saying that I have to go with him. Come. You need to come with me. That my mom's with him. That my mom is wants me to go with him.
Siley refused, but the man persisted, eventually trying to pull her into a car.
He was trying to reach out to me to make me go into the vehicle.
As Siley called 911, an employee of this tire shop came to her rescue, standing between her and the man until police arrived. As you can see in this video from a neighbor, the suspect, now identified as 37-year-old Jose Palau, was arrested, but not before police say he exposed himself and made lewd comments to responding officers.
I think it's everybody's worst nightmare as a parent.
Siley's mom, Vilmarie Marty, felt compelled to come to court Tuesday with her daughter to see the man who allegedly tried to kidnap her for herself. And although Palau mostly hid his face, she was glad to be there for her daughter.
I'm really proud of her. I'm just glad that she thought about it and she didn't trust him and she knew exactly what she needed to do. And just she's lucky, you know, some girls don't get out that easy.
Palau's attorney said in court that he's an alcoholic who relapsed, and that's why she said he acted the way he did yesterday. He's being held on $10,000 bail. He's due back in court October 16th. In Worcester, ALYSHA Palumbo, Worcester News Tonight.